Hi Lumineers, welcome to the Lighter Side Show. I'm your host, Jamie Butler, the Everyday Medium. Today we're going to be talking about the solar plexus chakra. Now in this chakra series, if you haven't seen the ones previous, I'm going to come in and give you my insight on the chakras as a human, because I think that's what I am. Maybe Jessie disagrees, but I'm going to discuss about too much energy being in the chakra, too little energy, and what it's like to be balanced. So I'll focus on those characteristics, and then we'll have a spirit come in and trance channel and talk about the chakra with you from their viewpoint. Pretty cool. But before we dive into that, guys, please like and subscribe to us. We are on YouTube, The Lighter Side Network. We're also on Facebook, The Lighter Side Network. But you can also share with a friend to subscribe to the network to watch these videos. We are viewer funded and rely on those dollars to keep those lights on. But we do have free podcasts that are on our network site. They're also up on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, and more. For everything Jamie Butler, please go to jamiebutlermedium.com and sign up for the newsletter. Colleen does a fantastic job keeping everything organized, from classes to workshops, events, and where we're going to be next. But for now, we're in the studio together right now. Thank you so much for being here. It shows that you have a curiosity about what this subtle light energy is doing for you and your body. But we're going to just focus on the yellow energy, which is right beneath the curve of your ribs. Now, if you want to know more than what I'm sharing with you today, you can look at Jamie Butler Medium YouTube channel, and I have some chakra videos that I posted years ago that you can watch that kind of goes very detailed into all the vibrations of it. And it's kind of based on this lovely chart that I have put together. I love this thing, honestly. Chakra chart. Yes, it is for purchase. It's over on jamiebutlermedium.com, but I wanted to bring this up because a lot of you Lumineers say this is great and it's got a lot of information on it, but Jamie, how do I use it? So I'm going to show you a little bit today on the solar plexus. So let's get into the yellow vibration beneath the curve of the ribs. Each chakra is the size of a golf ball, 2 inches round. That is it in its perfection. So when I'm saying the chakra is too large, we're going to think of the size of an orange, a grapefruit. Guys, I have seen ones the size of watermelons. It's like, what is happening? Way too much energy. In the yellow solar plexus, too much energy shows that you are too much about the me. Because solar plexus yellow deals with the intellect. It is about the everything you know. Yeah, I know you think that's in your brain, but it's actually in your gut. It's in your gut brain, really. We'll get into that a little bit later. But when it's too full, it can do crazy things. Like physically, it is the sign of arthritis, inflammation in your body. And I took some notes so I could go over everything. It is a sign of a workaholic. When you dive into something and you can't pull away from it, and you're using that as an excuse to not focus on the elements in your life, workaholic, my friend, too much yellow. Pull back some. You can become judgmental. That happens to me, I will confess. I can feel when my energy kind of swells up too much. I get, I want to call it a fluffy gut pain. And if you guys are laughing right now, maybe you know what I'm talking about, but it feels too full and it's uncomfortable. That's what I mean by fluffy gut pain. And this is when I get snappy and I get demanding. And my finger comes out and I like start throwing stuff. It's got to be like this. I become a little more OCD. But across the board, I'm not OCD, only in these moments. And that's when I have an abundant amount of yellow energy. It can also reflect on your sexuality, how you're not fulfilled in that area. Because if you think about it, if you're focused on the me, and the inflated ego and the all about you show, you're not going to engage in a relationship and become intimate. And so you're going to naturally separate yourself from that and keep focusing on the you. And what's crazy is in the back of your head, you might go, God, I miss intimacy and I want that. And why won't that happen for me? And it's like you get more upset and then you're more focused on you. So to pacify this, when you're looking at yellow, the complementary color to yellow is purple. So in the chart, if you have this at home, you can look at the yellow chakra and know that its complementary color is all the way across the end of the chart and it's purple. And purple would be the vibration that you would want to give an inflamed solar plexus, because that will contradict its vibration and shrink it into balance. Isn't that cool? It's like energy recipes. It's awesome, I know. So it can also create indigestion. That's a good one. And also, yeah, I talked about the need to dominate, didn't I? When the finger comes out and starts a wagging. But let's look at solar plexus if it doesn't have enough energy. So remember, all the chakras, the main chakras in your body, are the size of a golf ball. So we're talking about ones that are like the size of a marble, a blueberry, a cherry, I don't know. Pick your crazy small fruits for me. So small, not enough. And when that happens, when you have too little, crazy things start to happen. Because this is the intellect and it's the me and it's where our ego energy sits. It's our personality, our character. If there's not enough in there, all of a sudden we start to have the lack of self-worth, confidence, lack of esteem, low opinion on self. You know, where somebody goes, hey guys, do you like this sweater on me? Does it look okay? And then you have that reaction of, it actually doesn't look good on her, but I don't want to tell her that because I don't want to hurt her, because she doesn't have enough of that to go, oh, it doesn't look good? Well, I'm going to wear it anyways because I love it. So when we start asking for compliments and start wanting to feed ourselves from exterior and other people's insights and energy, which is a tiny bit of vampiring, a tiny bit, not major, then that is too little or low yellow in the solar plexus. When we're afraid to be alone, when we're insecure, these are all very low yellows. When we need others' approvals, just like I was talking about, you rely on others, their thoughts, their insights, their advice, their guidance, and you're not doing it for yourself because you don't have enough of that energy to generate that connection to your own thought to follow through with what you desire to do, right? So we kind of get limp, we fall weak. When you are jealous or disrespectful in a relationship, low yellow. But some of the physical things that can happen is diabetes, anorexia, bulimia. All these physical illnesses and diseases are related to low energy in the chakra. Now, I want to briefly say that yes, disease and illness, or dis-ease and illness, are side effects of what your energy is doing. So you will hold an energetic pattern, whether it's in your energetic field, which a lot of you call aura, or in your chakras, your energetic system. You will hold that pattern, and if it's outside of balance or centeredness, if it's too abundant or not enough, then you're generating a dysfunction in the physical body. It's like feeding yourself too much of something that you can't digest or that's not good for you, then you're going to have a physical result, right? Energetically, it's the same thing. But because we're not tuned into that energy, which is a shame, you know, our teachers and our parents don't say, how's your energy level today? Have you checked in with your solar plexus? Wouldn't that be cool if like that happened? If you were in a conversation with someone and you're like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I could really do this today. And the response was, have you checked in with your solar plexus energy today? Why don't you carry a tiger's eye or use some citrus to brighten it up? What the world? That'd be awesome. Those things do help. So because we're not in tune to it, we're not exactly aware of what energetic patterns we're carrying until they become physical. And then we go, oh my God, what's happening? Something's wrong with me. I would love for you Lumineers to get to that place before it shows up physically. So getting this information like this is super, super duper helpful. Okay, let's talk about when the solar plexus is completely beautiful and balanced and kind of looks like this thing. What? 2 inches round, perfectly yellow, vibrating awesomely just for you. Well, when it's balanced, we end up being outgoing, happy. Do you like these words? Your personal power is back. Your intellect is sharp. You are relaxed. You can express yourself, where you're coming from. I like to talk about the humor and the laughter because it really comes from the gut. You know, that gut laughter you do that heals so much. That's why I sign off a lot with, you know, go giggle. It heals yourself. So your social identity, authority, inner harmony, your vitality, and your influence. All of that happens when this solar plexus energy is balanced. I hope that helps you understand what your solar plexus chakra does for you when it's too inflated, not enough, and perfectly balanced. Now I'm going to sign off and have Spirit come in and talk to you guys about this. This is kind of fun. Lumineers, thank you so much for being here. And remember, it's not woo-woo. It's true. Bye, guys.
Hi everyone, it's Colleen Ziegler here, and I am here with Maitland, and we are going to be discussing the solar plexus. Ta-da!
You called it the SP.
I did call it the SP. When you do energy work and you make little notes and stuff, I call it the SP. I do call it the SP. That's why I said that earlier.
I call it the me chakra.
The me chakra.
Me.
I like that.
Because it's all about the I.
It is.
It's very self-fulfilling, and it's one of the most important chakras for spiritual enlightenment and physical health within the body. I would say it is the most important.
Really?
Yes, because
it's right smack dab in the middle. You know, it's like your trunk.
Well, yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the body. Mm-hmm. And for a long time, people considered it at the middle of the energetic system. But when we're looking at the energetic system and its characteristics, the heart energy is in the middle of the spectrum of the energy that the human body carries.
Yeah, I've heard that as well, because if we think about the heart energy is green, the middle of the rainbow is green.
It is the middle of the rainbow. Yeah, energetically, the middle of your system is here, but if we're looking physically, it's here. And when you decide to incarnate into this life, you're picking, you don't go, well, energetically, I want these vibrations, and then you mismatch. No, you come in with all the vibrations.
Like, I want my chakras to look like this.
You don't get a choice. It just happens. But then you pick out your circumstances. That's what helps you with your lessons and your agreements, contracts that you make, however you want to put it. And it's through that your character is shaped and made.
All within the solar plexus.
Yes. Character, personality, ego, all of this, all the variables are here in the gut, on top of the stomach. And it works with the pancreas that makes all the insulin, that balances, big chemicals, especially in digestive in the body. And when it's off, you'll find that you're really not meeting your agreements that you made, and you're not following through with your lessons that you want to be doing. You could be drowning yourself with a whole bunch of other things, but this one is not going to be working properly.
So you're saying when it's off and we're not following through with our lessons, you're talking about the big lessons that we came here to learn? Okay.
Yeah, because, go ahead.
Well, that's so interesting, because this is making me look at it from a different perspective. So keep going.
Well, when you pick your life and you choose your parents and your circumstances, and then you say, okay, these agreements are going to work well with me. Let's see if I wanted to discover what independence was like, and I'm going to choose to do that through a series of abandonment, where people are just choosing to leave without notifying me or making closure, so that I can learn that really all I need is myself. So when we look at how your yellow solar plexus is being involved, the ego and the characteristics and the joy, the laughter, the humor, all of this is kind of here too, the bubbly. When you're getting, going through the abandonment stuff, this is affected, and it will bruise your characteristic. When you're going to therapy, most of the times you're going to heal this one. And if you can see or sense energy on a person, and you see that it's, Jamie calls it polished, when it's shiny and bright, you can pretty much tell that the person has done therapy and they know themselves very well, and they've addressed their contract, and they know how to be involved with their abandonment so they can identify themselves individually with confidence and worth. and you can tell. But if it's not, if it's like if it's smaller and or large, if it's out of proportion and it's a darker color, like a muddy or a dirty color, then you could tell that the people are in their vicious cycle and they don't want to see around it. They want to say, my personality is fine. I'm not going to change to meet your needs. I, me, ego gets in the way. And so they won't do that, and it won't get polished. But then there's like a color that's really strange. It's bright, but Jamie calls it gray poupon. It's like a mustard.
Yeah.
It's like a weird,
like a spicy mustard.
Yes, it's like a spicy mustard.
Yeah.
That's the person, she calls it a Peter Pan syndrome, that they're very creative, they never really grow up, and they're like amazed. You ask them how old they are, like, excuse me, how old are you? And they're like, well, I am 36. But the first number that came to their mind was 24. And they're like, wait, I'm not 24 anymore. I'm at 28. No, I'm 30. I had 32. And they have to think about it. Peter Pan people rarely identify how old they are. They have a hard time with time, identifying time, when to be ready, how long it's going to take. And normally in their careers, they have short-lived and turnover careers, because they'll master something and then get bored, and then they want a challenge, and so they'll do something different. And they're pranksters, they're funny, but they're very, they're not malicious, and they're loving about how they're laughing with someone, not at them.
So does Jamie have a gray poupon?
She's
solar
totally,
plexus.
she's a gray poupon.
She's a gray poupon.
She's
a lot of things are resonating as far as the way that Jamie is. Not all of it, but she's a gray poupon.
She's a great poupon.
She's spicy mustard. Okay, that's enough.
Edit
some of that out.
Her tagline, Jamie Butler, spicy mustard.
I mean, the yellow for the lighter side show is a gray poupon.
It's a green.
It is kind of it's like
It looks more like gray poupon to me. Maybe it's the gray with the green makes it gray poupon.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to what you were saying, because if at least what I was sensing, I'm not sure if you actually said it out loud, but that there's two different kinds of me's. So, of course, there's going to be the ego me. And there's also going to be the self-care me. So, your solar plexus can shift according to which me you're in.
Yes, that's where it comes from. Mm-hmm. And then those degrees of the ego and the characteristics that you hold, whether they're funny or aggressive or aloof, those align with the contracts and the agreements that you made for your life. And then I want to address to the Lumineers that a lot of you might be thinking, oh my God, really? Then that's why. But you have free will. Nothing is written in stone, and nothing is like this big destiny point. Mm-hmm. Unless you believe it's a destiny point, then it's not going to be.
So would it not be more beneficial for us to actually talk to someone about what our contracts are and work on those rather than do a bunch of talk therapy? I mean, the talk therapy can get us to that point, but I just feel like, I'm not advocating one way or the other here at all. I'm just going by what I'm sensing here, is that to figure out, if I had a lot of emotional things in my life and I wanted to, overcome them or get past them or figure out what my lessons were, I might feel like I might benefit from finding out what my exact contracts were rather than doing years of talk therapy.
I would find out what the contracts are, but then I would take those contracts to my talk therapist, and I would say,
so find a talk therapist who knows what your contracts are.
Yes.
or is going to understand when you walk in there and say, well,
yes,
I found out what my life contracts were. And
yes. These are my agreements, and these are what I want to work with. And then you can look at the examples in your life. And I think it's so healthy when you can look from a third-person perspective, not out of disassociation, but just out of a different perspective. And then you can see why you consciously made those choices, and that in that moment, it was the best version of yourself. Every moment you have is the best version of yourself, and this guy really does it. That's your solar plexus.
Are we always meant to know what our contracts are?
No.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Because there are contracts that lay out within your time frame too. You know, and how do you say, it's dependent on a circumstance, maybe at the age of 30. And if you're asking at the age of 28, we're not going to tell you. We can't trump what you've already designed for yourself. But we can help you with what you've already collected, what you already know. So when we look at the solar plexus being the center of the physical body and mostly to do with your personality and your characteristics, it is the energetic vibration that humans need to go to when they want self-fulfillment and healing or enlightenment. And it's the one that connects them mostly to the storyline of the incarnation that you picked. The others are like the icing, the influencers. Even though you're an emotional being, which we talked about sacral, the orange one beneath the belly button, that's where a lot of emotions come from. But the belief system is a lot of emotions come from heart. But we have emotional values in all of our chakras because emotions are measured by the quality of the vibration, and that's what chakra centers are. The denser quality vibration of energy to the highest, the finest energetic vibration.
Do we hold the vibrations of our past lives within our chakras in this carnation?
I love that question.
Because it seems like we could be holding on to a lot if that's the case.
You can pack in a lot.
I know we can hang on to the past, but actually different.
But it's interesting.
Incarnations.
I like to always use the image of the faucet. There's always water in the faucet, but you have to turn it on to get the amount of water, and you can turn it on just a little bit and get a drip, or all the way on and get full on. So your perspective, what your brain does, and how it wants to focus on something right now, and then forget about it in 5 minutes, or 2 days.
Oh yeah, all the time.
That's the faucet being turned on or shut off. So if you have a situation that's happening in your life right now that's parallel to another lifetime, you are going to carry that other lifetime energy in those chakras.
Okay, so for example, how I'm hearing you is that if I had a lesson that I did not learn in a previous lifetime and I am experiencing that lesson again, I'm going to carry that energy from that past life into my chakra. But it's only going to be lesson related. Right? Am I understanding that correctly? Okay.
And in the lesson could be to gain enlightenment or awareness or to have an aha moment so that you are feeling connected. That can be part of your lesson. And so those deja vu moments and things like that is when your chakra system is aligned to that other lifetime that is doing the exact same movements as you. And so you have that, I've been here, I've done this is familiar. And that's when we can start accessing consciously other lifetime stories and information.
And we can feel that.
Bring it in.
We might not be able to pinpoint exactly what was going on, but we can definitely pinpoint of when something feels like it's been a cycle. Like, oh, I've been through this before. Here we go again. Something of that nature. And did I hear you correctly? Did you bring up deja vu?
I did.
With that, okay. So we know, but okay, I just want to say this because I'm sure other people are feeling this same way. Deja vu for me doesn't always feel lesson related. It feels like it's in the most mundane daily activities. I mean, I had deja vu one time walking up into my neighbor's driveway, and it was the longest deja vu I've ever had, and it stuck with me. But it didn't feel lesson related. It just felt like, whoa, I've been here, done this.
But that been there, done this helps evolve your enlightenment and your awareness of the possibilities of how time is shaped.
Okay.
And so that contributes to an outcome.
That makes sense. It does. It definitely does make you aware that there's been a shift in perspective or a shift in how you experience time. Yeah. Okay.
It's almost spooky.
It is. is wild.
Overall, energetically, the solar plexus, overall, the energy of the solar plexus is important for the human body because it helps tether you to your agreements and the contracts and the lessons, whatever you want to call them, that you created for this lifetime. And it helps govern the personality of you and how you react to those agreements that you've designed for yourself. And it really helps you stay in your body because it really is a self-first experience when you choose to incarnate into Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Onto Earth, not into it.
We're all in Middle Earth.
So keep your chakras clean.
Thank you so much for your insights on the solar plexus today. I did learn a lot.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you,
You're
Maitland.
welcome. Bye, Lumineers. I'll see you later.
Alligator. I knew I had to complete that one. After a while, crocodile.
I'll see you soon, baboon.
Hasta mañana, iguana.
You win.
Bye, Maitland.
Bye.
I'm going to say, and remember... I can't.
It's not woo-woo. It's true.
And there you go. Bye, everyone.
With Jamie.